We're now joined by linebacker Will Anderson Jr. Again, if you have a question, we use the raise the hand function, and we will call upon you and ask you to unmute your line with questions. So we'll go ahead and get started with Aaron Settles. Go ahead, Aaron.
Hey, Will, Aaron Suttles, The Athletic. How fresh are you right now after having a couple weeks off? And over the course of the season, you obviously have a lot of natural ability, great first step, explosives, speed and all that. But how much do you feel like your pass rush moves have improved over the course of the season?
I think they improved a lot. I'm feeling good. This little break we had was really good to spend time with our family and just regroup and get our bodies back right. But as far as like pass rush moves and just this whole break we have had, I've been able to just take a step back and really get back to my fundamentals of me using my hands or different moves, and a lot of it goes back to just counter moves and stuff like that. So I think this whole break that we've had so far, I think I just went back to my technique of working my hands better, getting to my secondary move. If my primary move doesn't work, so it's been good.
Next question will come from Nick Kelly of the Tuscaloosa News. Go ahead, Nick.
Well, obviously Bryce is a pretty calm guy, but in terms of his competitiveness and that competitive fire, how would you describe that?
I would describe it as one of a kind. For him to stay with his composure and, he leads the offense the way he does. I tell him all the time, my hat's off to him. I try to take little things from Bryce's game as far as the aspects of being a leader and staying composed and not getting frustrated. I think Bryce does a great job of that, and I respect him a lot for it.
Our next question comes from Charlie Potter of Bama Online. Go ahead, Charlie.
Yeah, hey, Will. Coach Golding kind of talked about this a minute ago, but as a leader, just what's your message to your teammates about not only following the COVID protocols, but focusing on the real reason you guys are in Dallas is to win a football game?
Most definitely. I agree with what Coach Golding was saying. As a leadership group, we came together, and we just have to tell the team, we know what's at stake. It's either win or go home. And, we don't want to go home. We want to win. And I think the biggest thing was just it was like a medical call. I think everybody just needs to be locked in on what's going on right now, and the main focus is winning this game and being all in. Nobody needs to be distracted, going out, running the streets, anything like that. And I think when you have a group of guys like that on leadership, that we all could come to the same thing. Nobody was being selfish. Everybody had a mutual understanding of we know what's going on. It was really good. And with the team, most guys would be complaining and stuff like that. The team has responded very well. There hasn't been any complaining, no negativity. Nobody's been a cancer. Everybody responded the right way, and practice has been great. And I think that's what it's all about.
For those of you just joining us, we have Will Anderson Jr. If you have a question, use the raise hand function, and we will get to your question. Next, we'll go to Katie Wyndham of Bama Central. Go ahead, Katie.
Will, kind of bouncing off Charlie's question about leadership. Coach Golding was just saying that you and Henry kind of motivate guys in different ways on the defense. Kind of talk about y'all's differences in leadership, but why it's important for both of y'all to lead in the areas you do.
I think for me, I'm more of the vocal leader than Henry is. Henry is more of a he's going to show it through his actions. He's going to be real positive. He's going to come to work every day. He's not going to say much, but he's going to show you through his actions. And, you have no choice but to follow. And he's right in the center of our defense, so everybody has to follow exactly what Henry's saying. Henry's a great leader, but me on the other side, I just try to be that more vocal leader, make sure everybody's doing the right thing, holding everybody accountable so we can all be on the same page and everything can get done. So I think when you have two leaders like that on defense, everything works out great.
Okay, our next question will come from Mitch Lucas. Go ahead, Mitch.
Hey, Will, I hope you guys are having a great week. I am from the Kilgore News Herald in East Texas. Just wanted to ask kind of a twofold question. Taking yourself out of the mix, we always expect you to have a big game. Who could you see on defense stepping up, having a huge game against Cincinnati? And one more, if I can go ahead and ask, can you talk a little bit about seeing Jamison Williams in practice? Can you tell us a little bit, what has he added to Alabama's offense this year?
Well, I'm not going to sit up here and put any pressure on nobody on the team. I'm hoping that everybody on the defense has a great game and have a big game, and we all can go out there and play on the same page. We all can fly out there and have fun, and everybody play together. So, I think that's the biggest thing going into a game like this, especially a playoff game, that everybody has a big game because, again, we know what's at stake, and everybody needs to be on their P's and Q's, and everybody needs to have football on their mind and making it the main thing. As far as Jamison Williams, He's been electrifying this year. You know, he's really another leader on the offense that's not really talked about because he has so much energy. He really gets those guys going a lot. Like, I was just watching a video of him. I didn't know he even be doing some of the things that he be doing when he scores a touchdown. But, you know, his energy, you know, I think they feed off that energy. Him making plays, you know, him being that vocal leader, telling them let's go if something's going bad or something like that. He's been a great leader on the offensive side, and I don't think he gets enough recognition for that. But he's been electrifying this year. He's been a great addition to the offense, and we love him.
Okay, well, next go to Joseph Goodman. Go ahead, Joseph.
Yeah. Hey, what was your favorite Christmas gift this year?
All of them. I can't single them all out. No, I'll tell you, it was a hoodie I got. It was like this this brown hoodie I had, and it had like a different colors and stuff like that. It was pretty dope. My sister had got it from me, so it was dope. I like that one. That was probably my favorite Christmas gift.
All right, next we'll go to Caleb Squires. Caleb, go ahead.
Hi, thanks, Will. I just wanted to kind of quickly ask you about the challenges of facing this Cincinnati offense. Obviously, you know, in the SEC, you're playing against the best of the best nationwide. What similarities do you see between Cincinnati and SEC competition that you've already played, and how do you feel about this matchup on New Year's Eve?
Most definitely the offensive line and their quarterback. I feel like all year we've seen great offensive lines that's really big, can move, maulers, and protect their quarterback really well. And as far as quarterbacks goes, we've seen a lot of quarterbacks like him this year. You know, they're fast, can move out the pocket, can make plays with their arms, can run. So as far as that, that's like the SEC and the games that we be playing this year. You know, they have a really good offensive line that protect really well. Their quarterback is outstanding. You know, he can make plays down the field with his arm. He can run. He can escape the pocket. So it's going to be a really good challenge for us, and we just have to be ready.
Okay, next we'll go to Carrie with WVTM. Go ahead, Carrie.
Hey, Will, I want to ask you, I know your coach has said this before, that he kind of prefers that underdog mentality, and it worked well for you guys in the SEC championship. In this matchup, of course, a lot of the outside noise is that Cincy is the underdog coming into this. I'm curious what your preference is, and how does that impact you, the outside noise ahead of these big games?
To me, I still feel like we're the underdog in this game. I mean, you know, all year we have been disrespected. I'm pretty sure we're still probably getting disrespected out there. But right now, we're not really worried about the external factors right now. We just have to worry about what's going on inside the facility and the practice field and all the meetings and stuff like that. And I think that's our biggest concern right now, making sure that we're ready and prepared for this game.
Okay, we'll go back to Aaron Suttles. Aaron, go ahead.
Well, you know how much an athlete and what confidence can do for an athlete, and the vice versa is true too. When you don't have a lot of confidence, it can show itself on the field. But do you feel like the performance you guys had against Georgia, did that give you guys confidence? And if so, how are you seeing that since that game?
You know, since the Georgia game, I mean, I've been so proud of the guys because the intensity, the energy, it hasn't dropped off one bit. You know, practice have been really well, meetings have been really well, walkthroughs have been really well, and the way that we've taken that energy from that game and had a break as long as we have, and the energy is still rolling and everybody's still ready to play, and everybody still has that same mindset, it's been great, and I'm so proud of those guys, and we just have to keep it rolling into the game this weekend.
Next, we'll go to Michael Casagrande. Go ahead, Michael.
Hey, Will, you just mentioned that Alabama was being disrespected.
We lost you there for a second, Michael. Go ahead.
Can you hear me now?
There you go. Good.
Yeah, well, you said just a minute ago that Alabama's been disrespected and it continues to be. I guess, where do you hear that? What's the disrespect coming in? How do you channel that?
You know, we challenge it as positive energy. You know, we love it. It just fuels us up even more. You know, we know what type of team we have. We don't really worry about what other people have to say about us, but, you know, we can use it as fuel because we just have to keep proving people that they're wrong and that we are an elite team and we can play very well.
Okay, next we'll go to Aaron Suttles. Aaron, go ahead.
You already got me. I'm good.
All right. Got another one from Carrie from WVTM. Carrie?
So, Will, you seem like you like to have a lot of fun, and I know these bowl weeks obviously provide that, but not during a pandemic. And I'm curious, how has that impacted the team just to not enjoy that part of the bowl week and to be, you know, kind of segregated again from media and all this kind of impersonal stuff?
You know, like I said earlier, you know, the energy's been really good. Well, you know, nobody's been complaining about anything. Like I said, we know it's at stake. So, and I told the team when we had talked, you know, we all we got and we all we need. You know, we know the biggest focus. We know what we have to do. We can't let anybody, go out and go get COVID and bring it back and stuff like that. So, the team has handled that very well. I mean, we have a hospitality section that I know all the guys on the team love to play video games and different type of games and stuff like that, and we can all hang out and stuff like that. So it's been good. We have that little aspect of it, just to go in there and chill and, do those type of different activities and stuff like that. So, we have a little lounge where we can, play and just be in a safe environment. So it's been good.
All right, next we'll go back to Michael Casagrande. Michael, do you have another?
No, you got me.
All right. If you have a question, please use the raise hand function, and we've got a couple more minutes for questions with Will. We'll wait just a moment. All right, we'll go back to Mike Rodak. Go ahead, Mike.
Well, just what's it been like having Chris Allen around the team this year, even though he hasn't been able to play since the opening game when he got hurt?
With Chris being a vet and Chris going through so much, and he's been around the program a long time, and he knows so much about football. Me, I kind of I don't know as much as Chris does, so I can't sometimes help some of the guys on certain things. But he has stepped in that role of him not being able to play, and he see different things that what he can help, and if somebody mess up or they don't quite understand, he fills in that role to tell them hey, this is how you do that, stuff like that. So he's been a great leader. I mean, man, especially in the outside linebacker room with us being so young and stuff like that. He showed tremendous leadership, great energy. He's always been positive around us. He just keeps us uplifted. Sometimes when we get tired and stuff like that, he just tells us to keep pushing and stuff like that. So he's been a great leader and a great big brother to us, and we love him so much, and we thank him.
All right, we'll go to Carrie with WVTM. Go ahead, Carrie.
Thank you. So, Will, I know you don't know Jerome Ford. You obviously didn't play with him at Alabama, but knowing that he's coming into this game and it's a little bit surreal that he's playing his former team and there's all these storylines, I'm curious what you guys as a team has talked about and the people that do know him well and possibly are friends with him, what they've talked about ahead of that matchup.
Whatever I heard about him has always been positive. It's never been nothing bad. We know it's going to be a great challenge for us, but from everything I've heard about him, he had great character. He was a great athlete, and just watching film, he can make a lot of plays. He has great shiftness, quickness. He can move. So it's going to be a really good challenge for us, but as far as anything I've ever heard, it's always been great stuff, and we're ready for the challenge.
Okay, we'll take one final question from Aaron Settles. Go ahead, Aaron.
Well, take yourself back to the first time you saw Dallas Turner, and he's a wide-eyed freshman out there probably running around, to where he is now. How would you explain that journey and how much improvement he's made?
He's made a lot of improvement. The first time I seen Dallas, he's like any other freshman, a little nervous, overthinking everything. But what I expressed to Dallas was, something that was really big with me last year was don't overthink, because it's going to slow you down a lot. You're not going to be able to play fast. You're not going to be able to do what you want to do. And then you're going to be wondering, are you good enough, that. And I tried to tell him, just take it one play at a time. And I think once he started his second game and he started taking it one play at a time, and he started, recognize what was going on. Dallas is a very smart player, great instincts, can move too. So when he started slowing the game down for himself and started playing really to his ability, it's been really good for him. He hasn't been overthinking. He's, like I said, he's super smart, and I think that's one of the best gifts he has. He's so smart that he knows what things are coming sometimes. But I tried to express to him just take it one play at a time, and he's been doing a great job. And just seeing his confidence grow and continue to grow, and how much potential he has, and how good he is going to be, I'm really excited about Dallas.
Well, thank you for joining us. This concludes this Zoom interview session. A full transcript, along with video and audio files, will be distributed via email and posted in the Goodyear Cotton Bowl Classic section of the College Football Playoff Media Portal. To gain access to the portal, send an email to licensing@catapultsports.com. Thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.